Hi, fourth grade. It's Mrs. Hall. Today in art, we're going to draw a lizard. You're going to want a pencil, a black Sharpie, and you're going to want markers or crayons or a combination of both markers and crayons. We're going to follow these 8 directions to make a lizard. You're definitely going to want to start with a pencil first because you might have to do some erasing. So the first thing you're going to do is draw a shape that looks like this. Might look like a little bit of a triangle shape with curved lines, and then an S curve and a little swirl for the tail. And then you're going to work on some legs and toes, work on finishing up the eyes, and then you're going to add some detail. So the first thing you're going to do is make a triangle shape near the corner of your paper, and then curve it right here. This is going to be for the eye sockets. You want to make sure that you press lightly with your pencil so that you can erase any of your mistakes. Now I'm going to make a curved line for the body, and then I'm going to make a curly tail. Don't make the curly tail too skinny. Then I'm going to go up and then connect it right to where I started. You're going to want to draw everything with pencil first, and then you're going to want to outline it in Sharpie and then erase. I'm going to skip the rest of the pencil part, and I'm going to go right to Sharpie so that you guys can see it better, and then I can also work a little bit faster. When you are outlining, if you see pencil lines showing, you're going to want to make sure that you take your eraser, and you're going to want to erase all of your pencil lines. Pencil lines that are showing make your artwork look a little bit messy. And when you come to art, you want to make sure that all your work is nice and neat. You want to take your time, you want to work slowly, and you want to make sure that you work quietly so that you can always do your best work and focus. The next thing you're going to draw are the legs. So I'm going to take my black marker and I'm going to draw 2 legs at the top of the body. Looks kind of like the letter L, and I'm going to curve it around like this and then connect it to the side of the body where I started. I'm going to make a letter L shape, curve it around, and then wrap it down where I started. I'm going to do the same thing to the bottom leg, a letter L shape, and then give it some thickness, and then a letter L again. So now I have 4 legs. The next thing that I'm going to draw are the toes. I'm going to put 4 toes on each lizard. You could add 3 if you want to add 3. So I'm just going to go like this, and I'm going to make some letter U shapes like this. So now I have 3 toes on each of my legs. The next thing you're going to do is you're going to make the eyes. This point right here is for the eye sockets. You're going to wrap it around like this, start right here and go around like this. Then I'm going to draw another line like that. And then I'm going to color in the pupils. Looks like I made this eye shape a little bit different than my direction page. You don't have to do everything exactly like the directions are. They're a guide for you. You can use your own creativity and make adjustments however you would like to make adjustments. I'm going to make nostrils. If you want to make a tongue, you can add a gecko tongue or a lizard tongue. Next thing I'm going to do is put decorations on the body. You'll see that there are diamond shapes right here. This one has a line down the middle and then some stripes on the legs. This lizard right here has some webbed feet. You might like that. And then this lizard right here has a design down the center with some dots and some dots on the legs. Whatever kind of design you want to make for your lizard is fine. I'm going to put some really skinny stripes on my lizard's body. Be thinking about what material you're going to use for your project, what kind of coloring you want to do. You can use markers, you can use a combination. You can use crayons. Crayons you can blend really well together if you want to push really dark and overlap some colors, and I'll show you how to do that. Decide what you're going to do for the white space around your lizard for the background. Do you want to just do a pattern of designs? Do you want your lizard to be outside in the forest? Do you want your lizard to be on a branch? You're going to have to decide what kind of design you want to make on your lizard. I'm going to put 4 stripes on each leg. I'm going to put them near the top. All right, I'm going to show you how to draw some designs in the background and all of this space around here. So before I even do that, I'm going to write my name on my paper. Write your name in any corner. You have 4 corners to choose from. And after your name, put your teacher's initial with a circle around it, right after your name, a circle with your teacher's initial. I'm going to put some leaves all the way around my edge. I'm going to draw some lines. I'm going to fill up my space. Now I'm going to turn these into veins, and I'm going to draw some leaves. I like detail. The more detail you put in your paper, the more interesting your project's going to be. I'm going to show you how to draw another leaf. Draw a line and then some letter V's, and then go around like this and connect. Go like that, draw the letter V, and then take your marker or your pencil, go around like that and add some designs. I have all of these white spaces. What could I do in these white spaces? I could draw more leaves. I can draw some circles. I could add some stars. I'm going to put some flowers in mine. I'm going to fill up some space with flowers. You could add a butterfly. Could add some clouds. After you're done drawing, make sure you outline everything in black marker. I always like to use Sharpies. And then you're going to add color. Let me show you a few examples of some other lizards that I drew. This lizard right here has a few leaves and some dots in the background, and this lizard has some triangle shapes on the design on the body, and this lizard is on a tree. This is similar to the one that I just showed you, but it has a different kind of body design. You might like that. And then here's one that I started to color. So this is a combination of crayon and markers. I outlined my lizard with marker. I colored the background in with crayon, and now I'm going to use some markers to finish coloring in my lizard. I like the combination of outlining with marker and then coloring in with crayons. I'm going to show you how you can overlap crayons. So I'm going to start with a dark green right here. I'm going to press kind of lightly, and then I'm going to take my light green and I'm going to overlap, and I'm going to push really dark. When you push really dark with a crayon, you know that sometimes your crayons break. So be gentle, but breaking a crayon is going to happen. It happens all the time. Push really, really hard. Remember, when you're doing your artwork, you want to make sure that you're working quietly so you can concentrate on what you're doing and not distract the people around you. I'm going to show you another way to fill it in. I'm going to color really dark with my crayon, and I'm going to switch to the light green, and I'm going to put my light green over my dark green, and I'm going to blend my crayons. I'm going to put a little bit more of the dark green on top of the light green. I'm going to press lightly and try to blend it so it doesn't look like a yellow stripe or a green stripe and a dark green stripe. I'm going to try to blend my crayons together a little bit better. I'm going to do the same thing right here. I'm going to press hard with my dark green crayon. Then I'm going to use my light green crayon in this space, and I'm going to overlap my light green crayon on top of my dark green crayon. If you want to do this technique, make sure you're using 2 of the same colors but different tints. So a light orange and a dark orange, or a light purple and a dark purple. All right, I'm going to do the same thing with the head of my lizard, I'm going to push really dark with my dark green crayon. And then I'm going to blend it with my light green. And then I'm going to take my green and overlap it some more. You might want to practice doing some overlapping of your colors like that. You might keep a few things white in your picture. Maybe you want to keep your the eyes of your lizard right here. I would keep those white. I'm going to use crayons, and I'm going to color in this right here with crayons. Maybe I'm going to take my orange crayon and do the same technique where the orange and the yellow orange and the red touch each other. And now I'm going to take some orange right here. And what color would I mix with this? Yep, I'm going to mix a little bit of yellow. Then I'm going to take my yellow and overlap right here, and I'm going to pick up some green. Then I'm going to take my green and I'm going to overlap it with blue. I'm going to keep doing this all the way to the bottom of my lizard's body. All right, give me a few minutes and I'm just going to keep on coloring until I get all the way to the end. I hope you had a great time making lizards with me today. Make sure you clean all your art supplies and put everything away and save them for next week. Don't forget to put your name on your artwork. When you're all done, raise your hand and turn it in to me, and I'll see you next week. Bye.